Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Galactic Civilizations 3. It's an Intrigue edition with me, Get Daved. Apparently we've chosen a poor ethical route. Now, they're saying that because of my pragmatism. I hope they don't find out about how I've actually been living my life in this game. It's fine. Oh, cool. Remember how we made a Commonwealth? They've declared war on the Thalans. This is very, Canada in World War I-ish. For those of you not familiar, Canada was technically part of Britain at that point, because they didn't repatriate their constitution until 1982. Technically, they were part of Britain for World War II as well, but a big step in nationhood was waiting a week to declare war on Germany. Yeah, now you know something about Canadian history. Oh, someone's unhappy. Too many colonies is... I really like how the morale mechanic works. A lot of the math in this game is not very opaque, but I like the idea that, like, build positives, and then they just get divided by the people. That's an elegant bit of math. And possibly what I would consider to be the only elegant math in the game. I'm not beating up on it, I'm picky. You're either Final Fantasy Tactics or you're no one. That's what I say. It's... You know, we could just make another Commonwealth, actually. That would be kind of funny. Yeah. Let's do that. Starting right here. Because I don't really care what any of these do, except I don't want Tiberius to get in there. So we'll center the Commonwealth. Down there, we lose Big O. Done. You're another new Commonwealth. Sure, you get a new picture. That's what those people look like. Leader name. Oh. Brawler. Thanks for sticking around. You are still human, by the way. Just, big on science. Yeah, let's work together for the good of our people. Alright, and now that's something I don't have to worry about, which is more than I can say for this place. So hopefully Too Many Colonies starts improving. Let's just put that there, come back to me when you get a chance. Sure. And a computer core would go rather nicely. Increase that base research, and then once the population comes in, they could do all right for themselves. Even the idea of having base stats and then modifiers is still pretty cool. I just wish it were a bit more transparent and you could do more to control things. Like, there's 2 buildings that increase your base production. Or like, there's 1.5 for social and 1.5 for ship construction. Like, there's not that much you can do, and you don't want the player to be doing just basic math where they are sort of blindly choosing the optimal path. But I like to think there's... Oh, adjacency bonus. Yeah, fine, let's take advantage of it. There's got to be a little bit more than what they've got right now. You can make an interesting choice out of it, is I guess what I'm trying to say here. Alright, quick battle that. Oh, I hope we don't lose... Yeah, we lost a legendary sword. That's a right tragedy. Eject. Yeah, before you get sucked into the Commonwealth. Alright, there we only lost 258 soldiers. That's my jam. Quick it up. And that's Taurian, so I guess they can live. I never did want to conquer the Taurians. I think I thought about it pretty seriously, but I didn't, quote, want to. Put that on a tombstone. Like for someone else. Normally it's supposed to be their quote, but I feel like as Empire of the Universe... I mean, look, if this hasn't earned it, what will? Perhaps sound management and good play? Ooh, already undefended. This is, like, I don't mind that mopping up is going a bit more quickly now, but it is pretty ridiculous that you can invade planets this quickly. I normally think of that as something that is difficult. You know what? Yeah, sure, research. Knowledge is good. I don't care what you guys even do. Ooh, destroy planet? Oh my goodness, I had no idea. Does it destroy the entire planet? I feel like I've been living my life incorrectly. Everybody. I can just click a button. What's a low-class planet? What's one I don't care that much about? Perhaps someone who hasn't been around for very long. Perhaps Carl. Oh! Fascinating. Well, everyone. If the Taurians were disappointed in me before... Yeah, just go for some research for now. I'm excited. Oh yeah, they're going to war against the New Terrans. Good for you. That's fine. I guess the Commonwealth thing doesn't seem to be helping too much. We're on a different turn now, right? Or we're just not ejecting things quickly enough. Oh. Resistance nullified. Yeah, what else are we going to spend the money on? Alright, so there's a city. Let's just rampage. So we go, we take the city. Huh. Not gonna lie, I don't really understand what just happened, but I think it was good for me. I like how they say, oh, good to see you walking upright. As if... whatever. I mean, the other civilizations, you know, I could see why they would want to trash talk. But I mean, that's a lot of snark, considering we were the same nation 1 week ago? Hey, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. They're talking to me like that. Heli. So you can become... You can become a research planet. And okay, we're about to get title disruption, which is pretty hilarious as far as techs go. And you might be thinking, like, the ocean tides? And the answer is... Oh, actually, I forget. I assumed it was because of tidal forces, but maybe it is just ocean tides. Let's find out. Oh, there we go. Glad you saw a reason. Also nice that they surrendered to me. Okay, we need government. Which is probably under culture, actually. Three more administrative points. Well, you know what? Let's just go back for now. Let's go to government. I do like this mechanic quite a bit. We can't be a galactic kingdom, because that's apparently evil. We just need Star Federation. Gives me influence growth. Singularity gives a construction bonus. I mean, it really doesn't matter much. Altruism and hope are equally damaging for a government. I can't get behind that. How dare you want to show altruism towards your people? Government without ideals. I'm okay with not having ideology, but it ends in ism. Like... Yeah, sure, we'll go with Star Federation. I can't get behind these other ones. Well, I just want to be a kingdom. Is that wrong? Apparently I have to be malevolent. I could be a good king. Why can't I be... I mean, he wasn't a king, but an El Cid or something like that. I mean, they didn't have votes, but they didn't need him. He was a good guy. All right, now I do feel a certain pressure to figure out by destroying or forcing the surrender of all the major civilizations. Pretty close. But we just need an alliance with the Taurians, which is my plan for a quick victory now. Colonies 45, my goodness, we're almost above that limit. I do wish they had the Star Federation is all the way over there. Well, start working away at it. Trillikins, good work. Really all we need is research. Black Knight, all we need is research. And perhaps to stop taxing people forever. That also might help. I don't love it, but the approval is pretty low. Wouldn't mind if that exploded out of control a bit less easily, although we have had some rampant growth. See, we were on paper struggling, but we had the bones of a good empire there, so I didn't worry when the Snappy declared war on me. I mean, I worried a little, but I still kind of believed. Yeah, things are good. We have amazing weekly income. people are unhappy, how would you like to not pay taxes anymore? Wow, we can get pretty close to 0% tax rate. Alright, we get a 50% approval rate. I hope there's no elections. Where's the happy governor? That's what I want to know. Oh, there's probably some corner I haven't explored. And you decommission. Honestly, I don't even really care what these guys do anymore. Wow, we can actually afford all those precursor nanites. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, and I was meaning to do this. Rename planet. Other Earth. We could do like a Terra and Ares or something. Here, you can be Ares. Research, maybe we can get a point out of it. The governor doesn't know what to do? I don't know. Let's just wait for the Thalons to disappear. There we go. Now we have 2/3 of a diplomatic victory. I could just keep making factions. Just keep commonwealthing. Alright, diplomacy. Speak to. Current relations -3. Oh, you're gonna make it hard, are you? Is that what you're gonna do? They're gonna make it hard for me. Well, I guess there's something we might be able to do about that. Nope, we're all meeting the Eilinger? I don't know. Ile de Muerte, I call it now. Just in case it's needed. It's all about necessity, folks. You see, we don't have the necessary relations to form an alliance and peaceably end everything. What are you unhappy about? You're allied with infidels, my own people? You have a starbase in Arzak. Oh, shared borders. You know what you did? Alright. Shouldn't have defied the UP, Mr. President. Alright, we're likely to win by a landslide. That's what I like to hear. Celebrity? Perfect. Actually, I suppose I could have just made them a leader. That would have been more effective, but it's okay. Govern, research, done, and fun. Team? What matters is that you don't bother me. I don't know how I can make that more on the nose. Yeah, they still want to know. They still want my approval. You just focus on making me rich. Got a nice food capacity being completely used. Are you back already? Was that a problem? Apparently I wasn't clear enough for them. You can go to Tau Ceti. Well, remember when I said the shout? We were gonna have to destroy it. Hey, 50 tech points. Looks like that remains true. Yeah, you, young legendary sword. You stay over there. Just in case you are needed. Can't take one of those out, though. It's a little bit of help, maybe. Helly, I barely care what you do. There we go. Wow, they just hammered through those. Find abandoned ships that can be repaired. No thanks. Just keep churning out weapons. Wish I could find a nice expensive warship for you to work on for a long time, but it's not gonna happen. Alright, I don't think things are gonna improve with the Taurians. Nope, they are rapidly... Well, they're just not working out quite so well. Govern, research. It's a little frustrating that the game is making me mop up to this degree. Like, I acknowledge that there has to be a certain amount of mopping. But I mean, do you have to mop every nook and cranny? Apparently the answer is yes. And there's the Prime Minister right there. Well, you know what? We're ripping through the turns quickly, at least. That's fine. Go gather at that one, then. Yeah, nicely defended, I would say. Earth. It's amazing that they can do this in 2 turns. Yay, social production. And the approval's still at 100. Beautiful. What a great planet, that Earth. Never gets old. For real, Earth's a really good planet. Those of you, one of my pet peeves about a lot of science fiction, like, not even science fiction, but as it influences people's thoughts, like, a lot of people are like, oh, we should become an interstellar civilization. Sure, I'm not gonna argue that. Because there's lots out there. Not really. And it's pretty hard to get even one person to any other body. Even if our technology was, our space tech was like 100 times more advanced, it would... I got bad news, everyone. Earth has got to be fixed and it's got to be good. That's all there is. Got to take good care of this place. It's a nice planet. We're not going to find better. Even like, if you, like science fiction, I get why they can't portray this, but even if there's like another world that you could go visit and it has, let's say, life evolved to the point of trees, so it's going to have like, you know, some equivalent of bacteria and everything. The odds of a person being able to go there and neither have their immune system overwhelmed and ravaged, or the bacteria and germs on their body spreading and ravaging the planet, the odds of neither of those happening, quite small. We'll call it inadvertent terraforming. Oh, we've got some legions here. That's good. Sure. You look like you could have good manufacturing. Other Mars. Oh wait, you can make legions. Make it happen. I really don't care. They don't know what to do. Aid the research. My goodness, guys. I mean, the cool thing is we have all these manufacturing sources. Okay, I believe I was sending the ships to Snathi Prime. Yeah, a group of... Yeah, I could have done eject all. What of it? Alright, 3 can probably take out that 1 starbase. We got 50 research points, everyone. Alright. Have we unlocked anything good? No, we're still getting like other planets from that level. Colony limit 24. Are any of these perhaps higher? No colony limit. But you gotta be malevolent. Gotta say, being pragmatic doesn't pay. Ironically, the pragmatic choice would be to pick a different ideology. Unless I'm overlooking some really nice, just balanced, some really nice perk. It could be I'm taking something for granted right now. It's not obvious how we can rename it, so we're just gonna have 2 Soul shipyards. Yeah, we have to win. Things are certainly not going to improve. Alright, let's see how these fare all on their own. There's a bit of firepower coming back their way. And they are not good at missile defense. Yeah. It hurts. An admirable degree of success. Otter Bay. If I mentioned that I really don't care what you guys do. Onyx. Get paid. What a beautiful planet, though. If you like money, and I do. Wish they had, like, more interesting thumb-twiddling activities for your civilization to do. Alright, logistics 36 out of 50 because we have a commander there. $48 out of 50. That should do her. And I forgot this is actually really important that we do this. And I don't have enough money to rush it, but almost. So that's kind of cool. $36 out of 40. Not enough room for another legendary sword. Alright, go trash the place. Where's the big one? You know the one I want. The one I seek. Is it there? Victory likely. Alright, everyone. Let's watch the fireworks. Look, it just rocked that legendary sword. Two down. Just has so much firepower. There we go. Now you guys are totally dead, though. Numbers. They're great. And then colony ship doesn't have a prayer. All right, that was their chance. I thought I had one more commander out here. You guys already polished up over there. Maybe they can go pick off Carl, which I love is a is a name for such a place. All right, you just wait there. They're just waiting for the transport, basically. Yay, more research. Really? You're picking this moment to invade me? Ooh, defeat likely. Yeah, I guess the composition's not quite right. Well, best send some help. Oh, look at the little guys. I'm going to assume the little ones aren't Goliath. We still don't have large hulls, by the way. It would help a lot. But you're able to just buy these killing machines, so... yeah, no damage. Alright, get some experience points in. Now, unfortunately, we need to take some territory, and they probably did not give up any legions coming after me. Let's see if I can find Administrator Gelon. Sort by troop count? And there we go. Probably should have had you start coming over this way. To this neck of the woods. It is nice and fast though, so... we'll probably arrive around the same time as the other one. I expect we will need both transports and basically everything we got. What I wouldn't mind seeing... oh yeah, constructor. Well, there's all sorts of good things we could be getting. Like this approval relic. That would help immensely. Not that I'm really worried about anything right now, but... you know, when establishing a stranglehold on the galaxy, you know, you want to do the little things right. Tiberius, thank you for your time and effort. Yeah, we're gonna finish it off this episode, by the way. I know it's going long, but I mean, we're so close. It can be tasted. And I think we're gonna have to rush a general as our next citizen. Did you not join? Maybe I only made... yeah, I'm still... oh, I wasn't making big enough commonwealths. Alright, let's just try something here. Alright, So you got to double click to add them. Okay, I wasn't doing the Commonwealth very effectively. That's what happened. Well, isn't that nice to know? It would really help out with approval. All those unhappy places. Join the Commonwealth. You can just make it happen. Black Knight was pretty miserable if memory serves. Yeah, look at all these places. They all want their... Yeah, sure. The new Terrans 3. Alright, and approval's up. Now that everybody has been Commonwealthed. You know, just hang out for now. Oh, right. I gave it up. Oh, okay. Give peace a chance is working. Alright. Oh, and I gave away the shipyard working on the frickin'... That's fine. We can actually rush the transport now. And we're still kind of waiting for that one. No, we can't rush the transport. Still don't have enough money. Man, getting unglued towards the end. Well, we can raise some taxes. No harm with that. And you will be a general. Thank you, Free Legions. By the way, that's so far superior to the way of making legions that it should be a crime. Just work on... Sure. Just keep yourselves busy. The game did a good job of keeping these choices meaningful and interesting longer than they usually are, but we are well past that point now. Let's go park. Certain Doom on its way. Actually, it only has a couple legions, which is unlikely to be enough. But we do have core detonation. I yet again clicked the wrong one. Still can't afford it. Oh, because a turn didn't actually... Okay. Well, then park for now. Let's just zip them over there to destroy a starbase. Why not? Yeah, thanks. It's weird that you can be in this situation and the game still hasn't decided I'm the winner. Still making me manage all this stuff too. Game? Like, I appreciate the reminders to make it hard to accidentally end your turn when you don't have certain things in place, but it's a little ridiculous. And I mean, the other factions, I go... Oh, there could be a way to get some Durantium out of here. Won't be able to hit that one as well. But if we do this and make it a mining, Here. Pimp it out. How nice can we make this starbase is what I want to know. Pretty good. Can increase the hit points. But it's not bad. Okay. Not really anything for you to do. Oh. Go destroy this fleet. They're idle again. Okay. And I probably blew too much money now. There we are. Now it's cheap to rush. Okay. What could you... Oh, you're still waiting. I feel like that's risky. I guess they could hire a mercenary to get a ship there and destroy my transport, which would be really upsetting. The Brain Trust. Sure. Yeah, have some money. And load up that transport. Defending Legions 16. Oh my goodness. 3, 3, and 6. Okay, let's see if we can take out the little one. Even one of them. Tidal Disruption. Yeah, so I guess we just muck up the place. And I was hoping it had to do with like tidal waves or like tidal forces on the planet. So we just put something really heavy nearby and let the core just twist. It's weird that they destroy everything but the city, they just sort of show up. Cool. Victory? Yay, more legions. And it leaves with more legions than it landed with. Yeah, just keep disrupting the tides. Yeah, go to town. Ooh, we took out 1 billion citizens. In a week. Ah, but we're done invading now. Alright, trash the place. Like, how this is not a conquest victory is beyond me. Govern planet. Research. The disparity in scales between these upsets me a little bit. The income, I guess maybe I just have an unreal amount, but I don't have a ton of income buildings, and we're just rolling in cash. Didn't do any trade or anything like that. And you just hang loose. Govern for research. Govern for research. We got to get our Star Federation on. I think we moved back on the conquest victory. Whoops. Because of the Commonwealth stuff. Oh yeah, we keep getting stuff. Keep going, Star Feds. No, still 96%. Missed defeat 4 remaining civilizations. That's infuriating. We have 76%. But we're not at peace with all civilizations. Well, well played, game. This is why I really like the Antarans and Master of Orion 2. And a lot of games have a similar concept. But in Master of Orion 1, they didn't actually have it. The idea was you could get Orion, which was a really good planet. In Mu 1, that was the case. And that was usually a pretty late game play. In Master of Orion 2, it moved it into the late mid-game. And then Antares was sort of your late game play. Your mid-late. Usually it was easier to attack Antares than it was to conquer a bunch of other people. And no, twiddle your thumbs. It's like if we go destroy this, we probably have enough. So we just need to be at, we just hit the turn button 10 times. Okay. Let's start with Toria. We don't have enough money for information warfare. Alright, let's do it. Alright, let's do it. Just kill. Don't stop killing. How? It looked like I kicked their butts. Well, we get to wait a little bit longer. Trash the place. Even the things that are about to become mine. Destroy it. Destroy it. Okay, 2 of them. Victory likely. Good enough. There's more remnants of the Taurian society over there. Yeah, now we can't talk to them. Yeah. I mean, you just gotta wait. Little pedantic to win the game. Non-military technologies will be cheaper. Propose. I would not like it. I vote against it. Done. They're trying to give me hints on how to lower tensions. New citizen in 6 bloody weeks. Alright. And I do mean bloody. I'm just gonna have them start working on like the most expensive stuff I can have them work on. 48 minutes. I just need to destroy 2 planets. Where's the Doom Star when you need it? Remember Terror Stars from GC2? They were perfect for things like this. You just blew up the star, gave yourself a raise, everything was fine. Not even sponsor. Ooh, you know what you would be good for? No, 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 no. You only need to do this. Sure. Run a little Durantium deficit, that's fine. We'll pay for it. We get 4 every turn, that's not bad. Kalevala's the unhappy. Hey, they're coming around. All these governed planets now coming back asking for direction. Game, I make you guys do these things so that you don't ask me what to do. Kaboom. Form a little super fleet. There you go. Born fruit. Sounds nice. Yeah, let's build the thing. 95% chance. Like, I get why the Taurians don't want to surrender to me, but my goodness. We also can't treat. Wait, they had legions on there? Sure, work on a legion. I hope to be done this in 16 turns or less. Ah, they changed to an interstellar republic. That's nice for them. We can now build the Durantium Matrix power plant. Just guard. Problem is when these things happen at the late game, it just keeps lowering my opinion. We could start, like, let's have the recap. Here's the review, folks. The review is, if they fixed combat and cleaned up the late game, this would be a very, very good game. It would have arrived. Sure, let's get those photonic warheads. No, large-scale construction. Everyone else has been enjoying it. Recruits a new citizen. Sure. It's probably faster than building things the old-fashioned way. Raw production +8. Oh my goodness. That's pretty cool. Well, I guess we should put that on the homeworld. So the power plant was kind of in a suboptimal spot. So it just gives us a huge bonus to our base production. Yeah, the base value is already 40. And the adjacency is not that crazy. Like +2, that's very good. But I want to know what happens if it gets to a really high level. So let's destroy a mega factory, I think. And try plunking a Durantium Matrix right there. Oh my goodness, and I could rush it. Unnecessary. Go park. Transport, and apparently Tile to Disruption isn't enough. I should have just gone with Planetary Bombardment when I had the chance. I like it, you like it, everybody loves it. Perfect. Yeah, now you can keep doing stuff. Boy, I don't know why I placed that where I did. You want some more antimatter? There we go. You can have it. I like how they're scouting with the Prime Minister's starship. Somewhat questionable. There we go. Now we have an alliance victory. I don't care. Do a thing. Very good. The new colonies. Didn't get the satisfaction. We should only need the one turn. Still have to come up with something for them to do. Which I suppose is a real problem of government. Oh, they've surrendered to me. You can just go park somewhere. You too. Oh my goodness, game. I got an idle ship. And victory? We've conquered everyone. Alright. We completed the brain trust successfully. Hope you like this 8 frames a second video. It's my banner everywhere. With the main music still playing. Score 50. Alright, we basically won the game here. Yeah. Here. When we beat the Snathy, we won the game. So, half of it. No, thank you. Maybe later. Destroying the galaxy. Now, that is something I would like to do. I kind of did, I suppose. Alright. What an ordeal to get it finally finished. I'll say this. Galactic Civilizations 2 had a special characteristic. It was addictive. I always wanted to play one more turn. I didn't have that with early access GC3. I didn't have that with vanilla. I didn't have that with mercenaries. It's back. So they've done the hard part, actually. Late game, like managing your empire in the late game is a pain, and they seem to have put some thought into people who don't want to micromanage everything, like with the governors, although the governors are pretty stupid. They don't worry about things like approval, even though they give you a bonus. So, I mean, things like that are still a little frustrating. Yeah, I've never found a game where the automation stuff worked well anyway. And I would argue if you're making a game and you're designing the game around a mechanic, and a huge part of this game is colony management, and then you put in a feature that makes you not have to play that because it's not, it's not fun, and enough people say like, yeah, it's not fun after this point. I'm on here somewhere. I'm in here. See if you can find Get Daved. Give yourself 1,000,000 Get Daved points if you can find it. I'm looking as fast as I can. I don't think I'm going to see it. Anyway, you put this effort into putting a game mechanic in, and then you put in more work so that people who don't like it don't have to play it, and that's kind of ridiculous. I think you should just try to make it more scalable. The idea of the game where you don't have to play, it's weird. It's really prevalent in 4X games though, and people didn't talk about it much when Master of Orion 1 came out, and I don't know, I think part of it is just because they didn't have tiles or things like that. But also, like, if you researched a new building or an upgrade to all your existing buildings, they'd be like, hey, do you want to just have everybody work this? And you just clicked one button and they would. I don't know. They have, like, automatic building upgrades as a thing in this, but I don't know, they need more. Hey, Dave W., that was me. I was just right there. Yeah, I don't know. Those are my thoughts on the colony management stuff. Just other problems with the game, and I'm not just here to complain about it the whole time. The late game, I mean, you guys saw it. Not super interesting and just hard to finally tie things in a bow, even though there was no doubt. I do cite Total War. I've only played Shogun in that series, but when you get to 51%, everyone else forms an alliance against you, and the storm comes. And you gotta get the capital, and you gotta hold it for 10 turns while wave after wave of armies comes at you. And it lets things go out with a bang. I compare this to drowning a man. It takes a long time. You get to think too many weird thoughts as it's going on, at least compared to my experiences doing this. And also, it's not like a young, strong person you're doing this. It's like a 95-year-old, and it's not difficult, and you gotta keep holding them under, though. And you might say, hey, Dave, that's a really gruesome metaphor, but I was committing genocide the whole time. Things like the Stellar Converter and Master of Orion 2 sped that up. You can destroy planets, but you have to conquer them first. I don't know what you do. But anyway. Some of this also could have been solved if I could maybe design the galaxy a little bit more how I liked. It's weird that they capped the number of civilizations in play where they did, though, because I feel like there was room for lots, although I'm a big believer in small empires. Like, I would rather have 4 colonies I care about than 14 and, you know, losing one or gaining one doesn't make a difference. Like, if you get a new colony, it should be a big deal. I wouldn't mind seeing it, like, I guess, more split up into tiers. Like, if managing crappy planets was more like managing a star base, that'd be okay with me. Or you just sort of want to check in on them and upgrade them every once in a while. I don't know. A mix of how star bases used to work, where you sent repeated constructors, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, late game management remains a problem for the 4X genre at large. Adding something like a shared resource across all of them that's important, like a shared logistics capacity that limits their growth, is a good idea that Starduck has floated in other series, but I digress. And combat, the elephant in the room. Lots of 4X games have terrible combat. I would say, like, the way morale works, I compliment it as being like a thing of mathematical simplicity and elegance. And combat is the antithesis of that. The game doesn't even, like, all you can do is watch. And my ships finally became effective when I just made all of them escort class. Like, so they all acted the same way, so that I basically negated the whole little system about, like, assault ships and capital ships and all these things. Like, I just ignored it all. And that's what made my fleets effective in the end. That's pretty ridiculous. You don't have to have, like, Homeworld or Sins of a Solar Empire running in your combat system. And I do think simulated only combat is fine, like what they do in Civ, where you're dealing with it at a more strategic level. There's some tactics with positioning in Civ 5 and later because you can't stack units, but the point is, like, you're dealing with things in a more general sense, and the actual battles are just based on probabilities. That's okay. What matters is that the math is transparent and makes sense, and also gives the player a little bit of control. Like the fact that if you want to change an escort class to an assault class, you have to design a clone of the ship, save it as a new design type, change its role, and then find your other fleet and then refit the ship to the one of the equivalent stats so it won't cost you any money, and then that changes the role. Like, that's just ridiculous. And it's like a step back from what they had in Endless Space, which, you know, with the cards, like, at least gave something. Like, their whole system of like all these different ship rules could be replaced with like having a fleet formation and like just different spheres, and you had like your support ships at the back, and then like had a mid sphere where you have your escorts, and then a front sphere where you have your assault, and like the fleets approach each other. Like even that would accomplish all of the same things, but would be, in my opinion, a lot more intuitive, because you would like have this visual of like these ships are going first. Anyway, combat's terrible. It could be fixed kind of easily. That's the thing, because it's so isolated. It's just replace it with a good, interesting, obvious system. And that may sound like a tall ask, but like other people have done it lots, and you don't need it to be complicated. The problem we have right now is we have a complex system. Really, like the game rules are kind of opaque. I had multiple people looking in wikis, and even then it wasn't entirely clear. So anyway, they clean up that one isolated system and come up with, you know, a couple other touches, like making it easier to, like when you feel like you are ready, like when you, the player, think you have won, like you've got what it takes to win, they should just add a mechanic like Total War or Antares or something, where you can make a really bold, dangerous, high-risk, high-reward play to win the game, and other players can try to stop you. You do that, speed up the end game a little bit, take out some of the nitpicky stuff in terms of diplomacy and all that. Like, the Taurians wouldn't talk to me to treat for peace, but they're willing to surrender. That's pretty weird. So, I don't know, clean up some of those things. The diplomacy mechanic, I like what they were trying to do, and the idea that you can assign diplomats to try improving things, but again, that a civilization wouldn't talk to save their own lives is pretty weird. Yeah. So, couple touches. I would say one more expansion pack if they do fix these things. And maybe take out mercenaries, or at least add a checkbox, because I really don't. I mean, look, they saved me, but I only needed saving because everybody else had mercenaries. And remember when I was like, man, how did everyone else get their power so high? Yeah, actually, I will say one other thing. The metrics in this game are weird. Like, remember when Onyx, they had like a super high rating? And I was like, they just have a large number of crappy ships, and then we just melted through them. Like, that's pretty ridiculous that the game's metrics thought this group was strong. Like, they thought they were stronger than me, and I went all Thanos on them. Anyway, still a good game. Like, those are the nitpicky things. Those are the things that are preventing it from being great. Those are the things that are preventing it from it becoming as great as Galactic Civilizations 2 with Twilight of Arnor was. So, massive improvement over where the game was. Galactic Civilizations 3 Vanilla wasn't fun. Mercenaries was possibly a step back and was a huge disappointment. Both were quite glitchy. Glitches are by and large non-existent, so they've really tightened up that stuff, and that is so important in a 4X game. The game's fun again. Couple things I didn't really hammer on, like for ship design. It's kind of weird to me that the techs tend to be like upgrading to a new weapon tier is very difficult and tends to double your firepower at a minimal increase in ship manufacturing cost. That's kind of weird, but then it's really difficult. Like, I would prefer a slightly more graduated curve. The problem with a game like Master of Orion 2 was the way, you know, you would start with a laser which does 1 to 4, then a fusion beam which does 2 to 6. Okay, a little bit of an increase. Then a mass driver which does 6. And then a neutron beam which is 3 to 12. And then a graviton beam which is, I don't use them much, but I believe they're 4 to 15. Something like that. Anyway, you can see the numbers slowly going higher. You know, the neutron blaster was 3 to 12. Okay, so for an average of 7.5. So our averages are going from 2.5 to 4 with range dissipation. It's fine. 2.5 to 4 to 6 to 7.5. Like, it's just slowly working its way up. And as you're doing that, older stuff is becoming cheaper and smaller to make, and so there's a little bit of a case for keeping that around or finding a certain weapon you like. I really like neutron blasters in the early game. Kind of mid. Early mid. Anyway, there's a nice thing. Master of Orion 2 goes off the rails when you can start having a disruptor that does 40 damage, and you can make it auto-fire, so it fires 3 times, so now it does 120. And you can put on one system that lets you fire twice on your first turn, so now that's 240 damage. And you can heavy mount it, so that's a 50% increase. Doubles the size, but that's 360 out of 1. And you can put another system that increases the damage output by 50%. So 540, you've gone from 40 to 540. It's ridiculous, just the way those all balloon out of control. Galactic Civilizations doesn't do that, but they just need those graduated steps and those ways where you can incrementally make your ships a little bit better. Some people find that a little too micromanagey. But I had to do lots of ship redesigning anyway to adjust for the fact that, okay, I'm attacking fewer star bases and these guys have really gone heavy on weapons, and so now I gotta do that. If it were faster to refit ships, I think that would also help a bit. If you could spend a resource other than money to do it, you should be able to bring a ship back and tidy it up. Not unlike what's in Master of Orion 2. I think it needs to be harder to do than it was in that game, but anyway, all these things will just clean up the ship design, and then that feeds into the combat. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Should you buy the game? I would finally say yes. But as is often the case with every Stardock game since GC2, keep an eye on it as well. If you decide not to buy it, keep an eye on it, because they're close. And with Sorcerer King Rivals, they were close on that one too. They're close to figuring it out. Sorcerer King Rivals needs the stability that GC3 now has. GC3 needs some of the better ideas and reimagining some 4X stuff that Sorcerer King has. It's weird that these people are all at the same company, and they're they have the necessary virtues and vices to sort it all out. It just needs to happen. So cross your fingers and hope for a new expansion pack. And if it comes and they sort out some of this, fisticuffs and late game, then we're in the promised land. And by the way, I didn't talk about it much, but I love the way they're doing government in this one. It should just be a little harder to get elected. Anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. Wow, what a finale. 72 minutes. I can't split it in half, though. Not enough. Maybe I will. I don't know. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next Let's Play.